Hey guys, how are you doing? I just want to welcome all the new members. I've been getting a lot of questions about where to start. There's so many moving pieces when you first start your business, so I wanted to kind of go over a few. This is what I did, and this is what I found to be successful. One, you really have to know your niche. Make sure that you niche down. That means if you're saying like, I want to help men and women to heal their gut. Make sure that you niche down and that you're saying like very specifically, like I want to help people with food allergies, or I want to help people with SIBO. You can help people with gut issues. You can help people with hormones. You can help people with weight loss, but you want to be very specific. I always say, do your market research. It's ideal if you don't have clients, get people on the phone. Give them something in exchange back. Nobody's just going to offer their time for free. So I like to say something like, hop on a 30-minute call for me. I'm doing market research for people between the ages of, let's just say, 35 to 45. I have some questions in exchange. I'm going to give you a meal plan, or I'm going to give you a 14-day program. That investment in buying something like a meal plan or a 14-day program in exchange is going to be great because it's their time. Ask them certain questions like, what are your biggest struggles? What are your biggest health struggles? How long have you been struggling with this? Have you ever seen a coach before? And if so, what was your experience? What are the major news or magazine publications that you watch and that you read? Find out what are your goals for your health transformation? Find out the pain. You want to look at this as emotional pain, spiritual pain, physical pain. Get them to really talk about their problems. Take notes, because that is going to be your exact messaging. You can do your market research and find out what are the trending topics and stuff of that nature, but you really want to find out what they're saying so that you can use that in your marketing. Then create a column of all the pain points. What are the pain points and what's the desired outcome? Start creating free offers around those problems and those outcomes so that you can create mini transformation. Then you want to think about sharing your opt-in freebie. That opt-in freebie can be a PDF, it can be a video, it could be a video series, it could be a quiz, it could be a checklist. Remember, what you want is to focus on the problem and the outcome. People buy the transformation. So I like to do something like a 5-day meal plan, or I like to do a video series where you're covering a main topic and where you're touching on like a video a day, or I like to do a challenge. These are the things that I did in the beginning of my business. And where did I market them? I definitely created a Facebook business page so that I could have that because it's great for SEO. But I really built a content plan around talking about the problems that I had with gut issues, the food allergies, the angioedema, my kids' health, what I was doing to detox them. I really built a content plan around micro stories. So focus on the micro stories, like what happened in your life. What was the journey that you went through? How long did it take? What are the things that you do for yourself, your behind the scenes, and create those stories? That's going to be your daily content. You can add infographics to that. These days, Reels are really hot. TikTok is really hot, but you need to decide where you're showing up. Do not discredit your personal Facebook page. These are people that you've been connected with and that you can like launch your business and be like, hey guys, I'm doing a launch party, do a giveaway. Something like take that same, meal plan or that 14-day program, do it as a giveaway, be like, I'm launching my business. I'm so excited. You can do that on all social media channels. I just had someone the other day buy the 21-day hormone detox, and she did that as a 14-day program as a giveaway. You want to get people to know what you do. The same goes for the people in your life. You have to network while you're building those social media platforms, which take time to get clear. It takes time to also map out the kind of content that you're going to put out there. It takes time to see what engagement you get for what kind of content you put out there, whether it's like an infographic, a social media post, a video. You want to reach out to people in your local community, your own doctor, massage therapists, chiropractors. You want to be a walking business card. And so at that same time, you're promoting yourself to those people to build a referral network that you can refer people to them, they can refer people back to you, and so on. So think about doing, like I said, a giveaway for your business, launching your business. The same thing that you want to do at the same time, which I know these are a lot of moving parts, but you also want to be really defining those content pillars. So you have your niche, you have your ideal client avatar. This is why you're doing your market research, and you want to think about those content pillars. Content pillars are a way for you to get specific in the content that you're putting out there. What you're going to do is think of like it's almost like baby sub niches. That's how I think of it. You want to think of 4 areas which you're constantly going to dive back into and relate it to your niche. Again, always thinking about the problems. The next thing you want to do is really focus on sharing that freebie, whether it's on your personal page, whether you decide to start a YouTube channel and do videos. You can always take a PowerPoint. If you're scared to do videos, I challenge you to do a video a day. Do it on your phone. Get used to talking to the camera. When I don't go live for a while, I get the heebie-jeebies, I get the butterflies in my stomach, and then I just have to say, fuck it. That's the biggest thing that I can say to you is we get in our own way to not show up, but you just have to say, screw it. And you just have to do the video. Make sure that on your YouTube video, you're talking about the benefits of your freebie. You're educating, but you're also sharing those micro stories, which is part of your content plan. And you can lead in the description to sign up for your freebie. So remember, you can do your freebie at vendor places locally. You can have your freebie on your Facebook page. You can have your freebie in a Facebook group, so enticing somebody to come in your group. Also, a Facebook group is a great way to get market research. You can ask those 3 questions to people in the beginning when they first join the group, like, what's your biggest struggle? We're constantly doing market research. We're constantly seeing where to share that freebie, because the freebie, well, the content's the top of your funnel. Then they come into your freebie, and then ideally you want to have a 3 to 5 email sequence from that freebie, which is nurturing them. They download the freebie, you're nurturing them through a sequence of emails to get on a one-on-one call for you. The last component of that is really being consistent with your newsletters. These are things that I did in the beginning that really benefited me, and that even though I didn't have those follow-up sequences, I had a lot of freebies. Anytime there would be a problem that I would find was a consistent problem with my clients, I created a freebie around that. I said, if I can create a form, if I learned how to create a form tech-wise, and I would just duplicate that form, make a new freebie, share it on social media, do challenges, had a Facebook group, all of those different things really benefited me. But it was having that consistent newsletters going out, and then making sure that you're really planning, what your year is going to be. I always like August to be a great list building month, because you really want to prep for an offer to be launched like in September or October. So really planning out your months and theming them and getting down and dirty with a schedule for yourself so you don't feel massively overwhelmed. In the beginning stages of your business, it does feel massively overwhelming. You're like, oh my God, how am I going to do this all? And it's why a lot of us get into that burnout. But the more that you create a system for yourself, the more that you create the non-negotiables, like things that I knew in the beginning of my business were like, I'm going to do a video a week and put it on YouTube. I'm going to test to see, and I'm going to start asking people, where did you find me? Still to this day, somebody says I was Googling. It's not Facebook ads. It's not on Instagram. It's that they were Googling and they found a video on YouTube. I don't get tons of views, but what they're great for is SEO. Don't think somebody's just going to land on your website. It's important to have a beautiful website. We have done for you websites. They are stunning and they're crafted with great high converting copy, but you need to promote that. Have something like recipes on your blogs or recipes on your website, things that people desire and want. Because at the end of the day, none of us expected to come out of school and have to know so much marketing. So make sure that you're doing those push-ups, those marketing push-ups to learn what you need to do to attract your ideal client. Still to this day, like I said, and I'll say it again, it doesn't mean that you have to be perfect at being on camera, but you do need to start somewhere. Especially I hear from a lot of coaches, like, I've been investing so much time in social media. Make sure that you're doing face-to-face meetings in networking. And if not, look at places like podcasts to get on to, other networking groups online, Facebook groups that you can start to lend some information and be that coach. And then the last part of that is really to know your offers and your pricing. A lot of people will say to me, like, my freebie's converting, but I get on a discovery call and they go flat. And it's like they have amazing amount of social media followers, but they don't know what they're offering. You have to know what that funnel is, like what step they're going to. Why are they going to that step? How are you nurturing them to that next step? And knowing your offers so that you're really clear on a discovery call, almost like you're clear even before you get on the discovery call, which leads to why you should have some common questions on your discovery call, whether you use Acuity, Calendly. Some of you are with platforms like Go High Level, which is a calendar infused already, but you want to ask questions, same kind of questions that I said earlier. What are your biggest struggles? When have you worked with a coach? Are you ready to take action? Can you afford, and you may want to put in there like your lowest cost offer so that you get them into the motivation and the action mode of being able to take action. So I know we talked about a lot today. I would love to hear back. If you have any questions, just drop them below. I covered almost every piece of a business. And the last part of that is to just keep it sustained so that you have the energy and the bandwidth. Fear can come into play. Imposter syndrome can come into play. I still have that stuff. And if you talk to very, very successful people, most of them will tell you that fear still plays a part, but you can't listen to it. You have to stay in your why. You have to also stay, as I said, into that place where you just say, screw it. There's somebody, if there's only one person I help from this live stream, or one person I help from this blog, or this social media post. And make sure that this is my last piece of advice, when you're writing a newsletter, or even if you have like our blog package that you're using as newsletters and you're editing them, that you do put in those stories, that you think of like one ideal client that you're speaking to so that you really get into the brains of your ideal client. Same thing with your social media content. Think about this ideal client, and that's probably you 15 years ago. It's probably you in the throes of that health journey. Do not forget that person, because that person is who you are speaking to on a constant basis. All right, guys, it's been great to be with you today. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. I did a great podcast. I put it in this group with Kira Whitman the other day, who talked about building her business. Listen to your intuition. Don't listen to the fear stuff and the negative stuff, but listen to your intuition when it comes to how to handle a discovery call, what you need to say in your content, how to show up, and make sure that most importantly, you're believing in yourself. All right, guys, it's been great to be with you, and I will talk to you soon.